Greetings, it's your favorite geriatric gym leader, Blaine, here with a red-hot pop quiz. What's the most common type in Generation 1? Water? Good guess! There are 32 water types in Generation 1. That's a lot, but it's not the most. Poison! An even better guess. There are 33 poison types in Gen 1. That's almost half of all poison types, even 7 generations later. But it's still not the most common type. The answer is, of course, bug. Now, everyone knows that Gen 1 is infamous for its never-ending onslaught of bugs, but did you know that the spaghetti code we were served here in the West was actually al dente compared to the original Japanese release? Oh yeah, the original red and green versions were even more broken, but thankfully the Japanese took one for the worldwide team and contained the horrors within their own borders. Just how easy is it to break the real Gen 1? That's what we're going to find out. Full disclosure here that I did not research or discover any of these bugs on my own. I'm basically doing a recreation of several bugs showcased by a Japanese YouTuber named Ganahibi. Link to her videos in the description. If you can understand Japanese, then I suggest just watching her video instead, since she actually knows what she's doing. If you're a filthy, uncultured piloswine who can only speak good ol' American, then I'm afraid you're stuck with me and my weeb tier translations. Sorry. We boot up the game and we're greeted by Professor Oak, looking as decrepit as ever. We name ourselves Bugcatcher, and so begins our grand adventure. How long do we have to wait until we encounter our first wild glitch? How about the third screen? Glitch number 1. The Pallet Town Patrol. We'll be performing this glitch with the help of this young lady here. Hey baby, let's go for a walk. As you can see, she, like several other NPCs throughout the game, walks back and forth along a set path. However, it turns out that patrols in this game are more of a suggestion than anything. While she favors the patch of ground she naturally mulls about on, you can influence her route by blocking her path. Our goal here is to eventually force her up towards the grass to the north of Pallet Town. I think that this goes without saying, but just in case, do not follow random women out on walks and attempt to nudge them towards tall grass. It's rude. NPCs can be a bit finicky with their pathing, so be sure to save along the way. Almost there. By the way, if she ever paths to one space below the left fence, so one space left of where she is right now, the game freezes. I guess that's a glitch, but it's not the one we're going for. Once she's been consumed by the grass, step into the grass yourself to summon Professor Oak. He attempts to whisk us away to his laboratory of wonders, but well, due to that lady's interference, it looks like we've been converted from a human trainer into a rock-type brick to be installed on the side of the lab. At this point, you can't move or act in any way, and cry as you may, help will not come. Hey, you there, can you get me down from here? Please? Technology is incredible. Reset to continue your adventure. This time, we'll actually follow Oak inside the lab, and after mashing A through his senile rambling, we can attempt the second glitch of the run. Glitch number 2. The Ghost of Kanto. If you attempt to leave without choosing a starter, Oak uses his telekinetic powers to forcibly yank you back up screen. It turns out we can use this to our advantage. Well, advantage might not be the right word, but anyway, the game has a limit to the number of sprites it can display on screen at once. At most, it can display 9, so depending on the pathing of the female aid near the bottom of the screen, another glitch using a patrolling girl, what a coinkydink, we can leave this mortal plane behind. The timing is extremely precise, but you need to press down and B as Oak is pulling you upwards. It takes a lot of attempts, but eventually... Whoa, where did we go? Move over, Jin Sakai. There's a new ghost in Japan. We can't actually move or anything, so I doubt we'd be able to use our newfound invisibility to make any headway against the Mongol invaders. If you open up the menu, this happens. If you're wondering what it says meh. And just like that, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Pick whatever starter you want. I'm picking Charmander because I am Game Freak's ideal customer, a ChArIzArD fanatic in his mid-20s. Go ahead and kick your rival's butt. I named him Cockroach because it's one of the few bug names I actually know in Japanese, and because it means that although we're weak to Squirtle, we have a type advantage over his trainer, for whatever that's worth. Proceed north towards Viridian City and demand that this poor sales clerk fork over a free potion, which sets us up for the defining glitch of the game. A glitch so accessible and exploitable that I suspect it's the reason why they reworked the game for the Western release. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you glitch number 3, item swap. Now, if you're familiar with glitch speedruns in the English versions, you may be familiar with a bug called item underflow, where you can do crazy things by manipulating your inventory. This is not the same as item swap. If item underflow is the Virgin Weedle of bugs, item swap is the Chad Mega Heracross. This buff boy is here to break the game, and nothing is stopping him. Except, like, Peck, I guess. While you need to be a rocket surgeon to be able to use item underflow, item swap is so easy that even a YouTuber can do it. What you do is open up your item menu, press select to begin reordering your items, and then don't reorder them, and press B. When you enter a battle, the game is still expecting a command to reorder your items, so if you open your Pokemon menu instead of your item menu, you can swap an item with a Pokemon. As you might expect, this can cause the game to go absolutely haywire. It can cause the game to go haywire, but not quite yet. While we did perform the glitch here, nothing happens. What makes item swap such a goodie bag of glitches is that the possibilities scale with the size of your inventory, and the madness begins as early as our second item acquisition. Speaking of which, we talked to the shopkeeper who gives us the delivery for Professor Oak, even though we're just a random kid who didn't pay for the package or show any form of ID or anything. It's not a glitch, it's just kinda weird. We'll save the game, and this time we'll attempt to swap the second item in our inventory with our Pokemon. Glitch number 4. Warp Digivolve to ChArIzArD? After entering a battle with a wild Pokemon, we'll perform the item swap as before, but this time the results aren't so benign. If we check our status, we'll see that we're a ChArIzArD? We are a ChArIzArD. It says we're a fire flying type, but our cry is Psyducks. And all of our stats are 0. If we head over to the next status screen, you can see that we have 0 XP and no moves. Also, this word here is complete nonsense, and these characters aren't even real Japanese characters. I have no idea how this happened. Although we know something sinister is going on in the background, all appears well on the battlefield. Mostly. For some reason, when we score a critical hit, we actually deal reduced damage, but hey, that happens in the actual game. But that's the least of our worries, because once we defeat the Rattata, the glitch fully awakens, as we level up and our HP bar breaks out of its confines and goes wild. If we check our stats now, all of our stats have been set to 5, and it still looks like we don't have any usable moves. But is that true? Or just an illusion? If we enter battle, you can see that we've evolved into ChArIzArD, but as the status screen foretold, we have no moves. If we try to use one, this text is actually your trainer name repeated over and over and over and over and over and over. And if you press A, you'll hear a mysterious cry. Not sure what Pokemon that's supposed to be. Then someone is asleep? Apparently? And then we win! Wow! Let's head back to Pallet to tell Professor Oak what we've learned on our journey so far. Hey, we don't even need to walk all the way back to the lab. It looks like Oak decided to go out on a stroll of his own. Hey, Professor. Professor? Not in the mood to chat. Well, this guy always wants to talk about the latest technology. Tell me all about link cables. Hello? Alright, so this bug also disables all text boxes. If you enter the lab, Oak's here already. Must have went through the back entrance. If you mash through the non-existent text, you hear the sound cue for success, so something is going right. Then you hear your rival's music, but where is he? Hello? Oh, there he is. I guess he just wanted to announce himself ahead of time. It's a smart strategy, always want to plan ahead. After our intense 3-way silent staring contest, I head back up to the fields north of Pallet to continue my quest. Upon entering a battle, I appear to have adopted a new style by mixing and matching my limbs. Pidgey is unimpressed, it's not even looking at me, or ChArIzArD here. We still don't have any moves, but it says this is a Dragon-type move. A Dragon-type move other than Dragon Rage in Gen 1, imagine that. And tell me what you thought up, because this move, this ain't it, fam. I can't go on like this, we're resetting. Back in reality, the first thing we do is create a save state within our emulator. A vanilla save won't be enough to bring us back from this next one. Glitch number 5. Omae wa mou shindeiru. We'll do the same setup as the previous glitch, swapping the second item in our inventory with our Pokemon. But this time, instead of defeating the wild Pokemon and leveling up, will run away. Straight home, apparently. I did not edit that. Well, let's just head back to the grass, and I'm out of usable Pokemon. If we check the status screen, we can see that our stats, including HP, are indeed 0 since we left the battle without leveling up. You can make it 4 steps without fainting, just far enough to make it past the specter of Professor Oak taunting you as you pass out. But we're in luck. Since we spawned right outside of our house, we can just walk inside and ask dear old Mum to... so close. There is actually a way to proceed. That is to walk 3 steps, then stop, save, reset, walk 3 more steps, stop, save, reset, over and over until you manage to crawl your way over to the tall grass where we can watch, for the first time in history, a 0 HP Pokemon in action. Go! ChArIzArD! Alright, so you just automatically lose. I think that about does it for part 1. As you can see, this game is packed with bonus content. We've barely even left our house, and already we've traveled to different dimensions and obtained a powerful, fully evolved ChArIzArD. Kinda, sorta, not really. I hope you'll join me next time as we continue our quest across the glitchy underbelly of the Kanto region. This has been Imported Cheese. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Get it? Catch? Because, it's Pokemon content. I'll be honest, this is just filler because I need to put the end screen here. Please subscribe.